Bradley Cooper movie.
World domination, here we go. Tastes a bit like medicine, but it tastes good. Damn.
Winning. I'ma keep winning. I'ma keep winning. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and this is the Thunder Channel. On Nootropics, on testosterone, and on male performance. Subscribe to the channel if you're into that stuff. Hit the bell to get notified of all future content. I got some coupon codes for you guys. Number one, course 40 will save you 40% on all of the Nootropics courses, and then secondarily, code 15 now will save you 15% on either the Torque stack or the Cortex stack. You do that in the description of this video or at livecortex.com. So what we're basically looking at here is a couple nootropics that are ultimately very expensive. You know, there's a lot of different blends. It's a company called Nootopia, which I think is a bio-optimizers company. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of those guys, but they've kind of been on the scene much more recently than, you know, I have or whatever other OG kind of nootropics folks. And they got a bunch of different blends, but what I'm going to refer to is this video on YouTube where basically they're explaining it, and then this kid who's doing the YouTube video is, you know, discussing his experience. Now, I want to make it clear the kid has an affiliate link in the channel, right, in the description. So yeah, obviously got to look at that and whatever. I don't think if the stack totally negatively affected him that he would agree to do the video, so it probably did positively affect him, but again, it's influenced by the fact that he wants you to click his affiliate link, so keep that in mind. All right, let's just start this video.
Bradley Cooper movie.
World domination, here we go. Tastes a bit like medicine, but it tastes good. Damn. I feel good. Like this calm focus. Wow. I feel motivated, a little stimulated. It's subtle. I want to try more of this. Take 3 to 8 sprays anytime you want a boost in your mood. Start with 3 sprays and see how your brain reacts.
Literally tastes like candy. I think I'm getting a headache.
Maybe we should wait. Nah, come on. Yeah. 7 pumps is all I need. I really.
This kid's funny,
I was
man.
in a pretty bad headspace earlier, and now I feel like I can't be.
The next day, I wanted to try their strongest stack for deep work, combining 2 of their capsules together. What are some other weird hacks that you see these people use?
I mean, let's just be honest. A lot of nicotine. I mean, coffee is a nootropic. Listen, I know people that know the GOAT. I'm not going to name his name. Does he use things to keep himself functioning? Yeah.
I'm gonna take Focus Savagery together with Upbeat. Just looks like an evil villain pill.
I've gone through pretty much everything. Focus, Savagery, and Upbeat. Oh, you take those and just like, let's get to work.
There's an intensity high performers have that normal people don't.
I'm sipping on the Power Solution today.
Very true.
It tastes horrible, but it kicks in, man.
Some of it was too powerful for me.
It's definitely not for everyone, but if you're interested, there's a link in the description. They hooked me up with a discount code Leon, so you get 10% off. But for everyone else,
all right, now they're going into a bunch of other stuff. So I want to actually take a look into this formula here so to give you an idea of kind of what they're talking about and what I think of it. So here's a breakdown of it. They basically got a bunch of different formulas, right? And what they ultimately want you to do is they want you to pay, you know, $297 up front for a monthly subscription, which is $349 a month thereafter. So yeah, close to $400. I don't know if they changed the price or whatever. And ultimately what you get is you do get a large quantity of doses of, you know, their different nootropic products. The most prominent one in that video that kid was taking was the nectar one. So let's go up to that and kind of look at the formula. Okay, so this is the nectar stuff that the kid was taking where he's like, hey, I feel really good, and you know, I've got some good motivation and a little stimulation. So let's look at what we have here. We got Omnipept Zero, or O, which I'm going to get to in a second, uridine, arginine AKG, rhodiola, D-L-phenylalanine, acetyl L-carnitine, okay, L-carcitrulline malate, predominantly found in pre-workouts, D-ribose, that's a pretty cool chemical, very good for ATP synthesis, acetyl L-tyrosine, I assume they're using N-acetyl L-tyrosine or NALT. They got some vitamin C, some theanine. Yeah, okay, run-of-the-mill stuff, right? All the usual suspects. The trouble with this is you don't see the doses, so I can't say, you know, how the stack is put together and how effective it is. I don't imagine it's very intelligently put together because none of these kind of hypey markety companies are, you know, nootropics veterans. So, you know, when I was talking about Huperzine A in 2014, I don't remember seeing any of these people around. So in all their formulas, they have like, they refer to this Omnipep stuff, which off the bat makes you think like, oh, it's either like a Noopep derivative or some sort of Noopep analog, maybe an Ampakine or something. but it's not. Omnipept N is a custom amino acid blend targeting GABA and dopamine with uridine monophosphate in it. And then they go into like, synaptogenesis and some of the stuff that uridine does do. So that's true. And uridine is a highly effective nootropic. Omnipept O is triacetyl uridine with low doses of a custom amino acid blend. Got it. So, again, marketing names for what is otherwise good nootropics, but regular nootropics that we've all heard about and have all taken. Then you get Omnipept 1, which is another amino acid blend targeting acetylcholine, dopamine, norepinephrine neurotransmission with pyroglutamic acid, glycine, theanine, and aspartic acid. Okay, so that's basically all we're looking at. And then there's a few other ones. Omnipept A targeting dopamine with NALT, basically, and some phenylalanine. Okay, all the stuff we usually talk about. All run-of-the-mill nootropics, nothing particularly special. And again, we can't really see the doses, so we have no idea how it's put together. If we saw the doses, and the price was $200 less than what it is, then maybe this would be worth it or a good idea to purchase or whatever. But I can't even see how they're dosing it. And again, I don't imagine that they're dosing it very intelligently. With the price points that they have for, again, admittedly, a large quantity of nootropics coming over a 30-day period, but ultimately a $349 price point is in people that have the money, wealthy people that make or net over 100K a year and or more, and don't really understand any of the neurochemistry behind this, but which are looking at something like this and go, hey, it rings all the bells, right? It's resonating with me. I want to function well. And so maybe this would be awesome to take. The average person, right, in America is certainly not going to want to pay $349 a month for a nootropic blend. I think that's borderline ridiculous. Again, like one of the nootropics the kid was taking in the video was this Zamner juice stuff. So you got caffeine, again, NALT, GABA. I don't know if they're using Picamillan or some other version of GABA, but regular GABA is not very good at crossing into the BBB. L-theanine, again, all cool compounds, but not worth this extra money. I mean, this is just basically run-of-the-mill nootropic compounds packaged up in this hypey sort of limitless theme with a bunch of cool colors that would target people who are, netting 100K a year or more that don't know what they're doing relating to nootropics and just kind of trust these guys. The thing that I see the most about this is like, yeah, look, I mean, these guys, look, all the nootropics that are in here are effective compounds. Again, I don't know the dose, so who knows how effective they are in terms of synergy. That's really important for somebody like me who studies the neuroscience behind this stuff for the last 17 years going on. But the bottom line with stuff like this is you have people that haven't really been in the nootropics or biohacking sphere for very long. I mean, this is a relatively new company with relatively new products that, again, when I was posting content in 2015 2016 about triacetyl uridine, NALT, huperzine, all the typical compounds that we typically talk about, like these guys were nowhere on the map, right? So it makes me think that they've kind of come on the scene. They recognize the multiple billion-dollar industry that is nootropics, right? It's a great industry to get into if you know what you're doing, and now they're into the industry, selling this stuff and, paying like Ben Greenfield and whoever other biohackers to go and give their their anecdotals on it or whatever. What I like about what they're doing, okay, so there are some positives, is that in their ultimate sort of package deal here, you're getting different formulas, right? So rather than taxing the same neurotransmitter system, which is ultimately going to lead to tolerance for most compounds, they're giving you the ability to switch up between stacks, right? You got certain compounds that are targeting synaptogenesis, neurogenesis, like uridine monophosphate and triacetyl uridine. Then you got the catecholamine building blocks with NALT, and then you got mitochondrial energy optimization with stuff like Alcar. And then of course you got dopamine receptor density enhancing things like citicoline. Now they don't explain any of the neurochemistry side on their website, and that's fine. Whatever. I'm not sure if they fully understand what this stuff is doing, but the bottom line is all of these are, though useful nootropics, compounds you could obviously get in much cheaper stacks. I mean, Alpha Brain has huperzine A, I believe alpha GPC, some oat straw extract, tyrosine, theanine, and it's substantially cheaper than this. Obviously, I'm biased, right? Because this is my product and we sell this product, but the Torque stack is 5 very powerful ingredients: Alcar, teacrine, hosts of other targeted nootropics that are set together in a very particular way to make you feel and function great, but without being overstimulated. It's a very clean stimulant. You know, in Torque right now, $33.99 a month or $42 for a bottle, right? It's just like based on the cost of the raw materials, that's the adequate markup for us to exist as a company. Like we wouldn't dare charge people for Torque and Cortex and some other stack $349 a month, right? That it's just fucking overkill. Again, if you look at this video and this dude Leon, which by the way is a cool dude, it's actually super funny. Like the dude has a great editing team and whatever. And I'm not riffing on that guy, but like, you know, the whole world domination thing is like an affiliate link with a coupon code. And, you know, whatever other nootropics from this vendor, it's all coupon codes. So, yeah, keep that in mind. What is the bottom line with this stuff? Yeah, look, in the nootropics community, there are always going to be, you know, companies that come through that are, you know, maybe aiming to create good products. I think the founder of this in that video, which I didn't play, discussed that his wife had some serious issue, ultimately ended up in some really, really negative outcome. And that pushed him to want to work on nootropics and brain functioning in a way that, you know, reduces depression and stuff. So while seemingly good intentions, there's a lot of companies that come out and launch these products and use the same old kind of Limitless theme and try to sell their products. They very, very strongly hype the products, you know, and they market it in a very particular way. And it's usually very expensive. You know, Qualiamind is another very expensive run-of-the-mill nootropic that is, first of all, in a lot of their stacks, the compounds are dosed far too high for most people. And I would know, I get their defectors that come over to me and they go, yeah, I took Qualiamind for 3 days and it was great on day 1 or 2, but then it gave me brain fog thereafter. The predominant issue with a lot of these companies is they're not understanding the chemistry deep enough to be making these products in the capacity that they're trying to sell them in, which is take this every single day. And, you know, to my knowledge, none of the founders of any of these companies are consulting men on nootropics for any appreciable degree. I don't think any of them are consulting men, but you got to be working with real people for long periods of time to understand that, no, not a lot of people respond to high doses of cholinergically active nootropics, right? I mean, consistently enough, and you're going to either tax the receptor site or some other homeostatic mechanism, whether upregulation of acetylcholinesterase or something else is happening, which ultimately leads to brain fog and side effects with high dose consistent use of cholinergics. These guys aren't factoring any of this stuff in, right? So what I imagine happens is a lot of folks get their subscriptions initially, whether it's Qualia or this other thing, probably to a lesser extent, right? These Nootopia guys, because it's $349 a month, and then quickly recognize that it's either potently overstimulating after that first initial boost, or they end up getting brain fog from the cholinergics, etc. Bottom line, look, if you've got the money, if you got $349 a month to spend on nootropics, then hey, go for it, have at it, see if you like it. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to get good benefits from those nootropics because they're nootropics that we typically talk about. They're all neuroactive in a variety of particular mechanism-based ways. However, what isn't warranted is this hypey, limitless, like, you know, this is like the next thing, like this is like next to godliness or something, and you take this, you're going to be Bradley Cooper from Limitless. That's really not warranted considering we're talking about the usual suspects and we can't even see the ingredient quantities. Now, what I did want to do is shout out this kid, what is his name? Noah or Leon Hendricks? Leon Hendricks? Yeah, Leon Hendricks, because he's actually really funny. You know, the intro of this video was cool. Maybe he's got some other cool content on his channel. I thought it was super interesting. So yeah, appreciate the content, Leon. You guys know the routine. Again, course 40 for all the courses at livecortex.com. And the reason I do stuff like this is because, I mean, first of all, like there's a lot of new people that came over from the Vigorous Steve podcast that may not have a deep granular understanding of how to use nootropics and dose them correctly. So look, we teach you how to do that in these courses. Coupon code course40 saves you 40% on every one of the courses right now, livecortex.com. Discount for our stacks. The Torque stack right now, 15% off. Coupon code is 15 now, 15 now. I mean, Torque is potent mental energy, verbal fluency, motivation, but clean stimulant energy. Cortex stack, verbal fluency and motivation, uridine and citicoline, specifically working on synaptogenesis and neurogenesis, as well as enhancing dopamine receptor density. Little elevation of the catecholamines with the stack, so you're going to notice stimulation when you take it as well. And guess what? You could buy the both of them together for like 60 or 70 bucks and not spend $249 or $349. and get not only comparable effects, but, you know, in my opinion, a well-formulated, a much better situated, synergizing nootropic stack. Do all that stuff at livecortex.com or down in the description below. If you need to hire me for consulting, to look at your labs, to formulate nootropic regimens that are targeted for your brain, to help you dial in your TRT protocol, to fix your energy issue, and a host of other things in between, you can do that at livecortex.com. We got a bunch of different options ranging from targeted emails to simple biohacking calls to one-on-one programs. Again, you can do all that stuff in the description of this video. All right, pleasure being with you. Hope I've informed you on what to do or what not to do in this particular case. So much more content to come, obviously, this week. We got another long, probably an hour or so, podcast with Vigorous Steve coming up early May. So look forward to that. It's going to be sick. This time it'll be on this channel. All right. So, of course, I'll give you guys plenty of warning. Is there a fucking airplane outside? Dude. All right. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you on the next one.